Just to give me 1 minute. Okay, let's
start.
Yeah. Hello, everyone. Good afternoon, and welcome to this amazing session by CA AIWCAA from Coimbatore. First of all, I'll just introduce about our association. Our association name is All Indigenous Women Chartered Accountant Association. I have already shared the website in the chat box. Our contact number is
2:30 வரைக்கும் மீட்டிங் இருக்கு. நாங்க உள்ள
I have already mentioned our contact detail in our chat box, which is 905-905-1949. So this association is a registered society, registered in Hyderabad, and our core team is consists of 7 members. Myself, I am C. Ankita Soni. I am from Hyderabad, and I am the president of the association. Then we have Vinita, chartered accountant from Hyderabad, and she is a vice president of the association. We have Leena Kosti from Gujarat, and she is a secretary of the association. We have Dimple Suthar. She is from Rajasthan, and she is a treasurer of the society. And we have 3 executive committee members. Their names are Silver Pawar. She is from USA. We have Shobha Rani. She is from Goa. And we have Hanita Raj. She is from Hyderabad. So this is about the association. And our memberships are open for women chartered accountants who are registered with our institute ICAI. And it is the registration process is available. I mean, the link for the registration is available on our website. Our membership fees are very nominal. It is annually 365 rupees, and lifetime membership fees is 9,999 rupees. So this is about our association. Now about our today's speaker. She is practicing CA since for past 10 years. She is ex-KPMG, and now she is a partner in NRD and Associate. Just a minute, I should not speak something which is wrong. I'll just open your profile once. And her practice is into her core area of practice is GST and audit, and she is keen on applying this AI into her work, and she is holding certificate course in DISA, AI, concurrent audit, and she is independent director in 2 limited companies, Super Spinning Mills Limited and Tricol Limited. She is mother of 2 girl children, and she is a yoga practitioner. Apart from that, I would just say she's a very sweet person. By my interaction, I can say that. So looking forward to learn from you, Malvika. Over to you.
Yeah, a very good afternoon to everybody. Thank you, CA Ankita, President of All Indigenous Women Chartered Accountants Association, for this opportunity. Let me just share my screen now. Hope my screen is visible, Ankita. So yes, my The topic for today's presentation is From Prompts to Possibilities, Exploring Generative AI and its Tools. But before we get into this topic, a quick disclaimer. I have completed the certification on AI Level 1 by ICAI, and it was a 3-day marathon of 6 hours each. In today's presentation, I will only be introducing you to the tip of the iceberg, and we will mostly explore one branch of AI, which is generative AI. I will also be demonstrating some practical use cases. But before we get into the topic, let's understand some basics. What is AI? We all know that the abbreviation is artificial intelligence. However, to understand this concept better, I will list down a few tools, and the participants will help me identify if this tool is an AI-powered tool or not. Okay. Ankita, but I'm not able to see the chat box now. Will you help me? Yeah. Okay. I'm able to see the chat box now.
Okay, got it? Yeah.
Yes. So the first AI tool is Siri. How many of you think this is an AI-powered tool? Yes or no? You may give your response in the chat box. Yes, yes, yes. Okay. What about smart TV, where you have a remote and you're able to talk to the TV and the TV will play a movie? Do you think a smart TV remote is an AI-powered tool? Again, a few yeses. Okay. What about wearables like Fitbit, which is able to track the number of steps that you have taken, is able to provide other statistics, your heartbeat rate. So do you think a Fitbit is an AI-powered tool? Again, a lot of yeses. Okay. And finally, air quality monitoring system. This particular device which monitors the air quality. What do you think? Is it an AI-powered tool? Again, a lot of yeses. Okay. So except Siri, which is an AI-powered tool, all the other devices are not AI-powered, but they are called IoT devices, which is Internet of Things. So what do these IoT devices do? They use the internet and sensors to collect and share data. So if I have to define AI is a broad science or broad field of computer science, which enables machines to mimic human intelligence. So what all is an AI capable of doing? It can learn, it can solve problems, it can recognize patterns, it can perform tasks independently. So what was once considered as science fiction has now become a reality. Now, why is AI important? I'm sure most of you are aware that ever since the new income tax bill was introduced, company secretaries and cost accountants are pitching aggressively to amend the accountant definition so that they too become eligible to do tax audits. Their contention is that they are also equally proficient in the subject, and we chartered accountants already have a lot in our plate. So they feel that we may not be able to, meet the demand, growing demand in the economy. This on one side. On the other side, we have the National Financial Reporting Authority, NEFRA, which is imposing huge penalties on chartered accountants, including Big Fours, for not ensuring due diligence while providing the audit and assurance services. And last but not the least, among all this chaos, we have this ever-elusive goal to meet the work-life balance. So in this crucial phase, One, there is a pressing need for us chartered accountants to stay updated in the changing statutes. Two, to stay ahead of our competitors. Three, to provide quality service. And four, hopefully, have a good work-life balance. And the only way we will be able to do it all is by assigning certain repetitive and mundane tasks to artificial intelligence, which is, like a staff that is available 24/7, never takes off, never sleeps, never threatens to leave, and is available at a very nominal cost, gets better with feedback. So there are so many advantages in assigning certain repetitive tasks to artificial intelligence, right? And by assigning these tasks to artificial intelligence, we will be able to have enough time in our hand to do what truly matters. That is, build our analytical skills, build relationships and strategies, and this will improve our life itself in general. Therefore, it is very important to adopt AI in practice and life in general. Now, let us see what are some common AI applications. Virtual assistants. Any examples that you can think of, you can post it in the chat box. So a very classic example is Siri. So Siri is an artificial intelligence, which is a virtual assistant. The next one is predictive analysis. So if you see, yes, see Diksha, that's right. Siri is a virtual assistant. Next, for predictive analysis also, common AI is used. So any examples that participants can think of where AI is used for predictive analysis? You can post your comments on chat box. Okay, so let me give you an example in Instagram Reels. Okay. Yeah, that's right. Another common example is Amazon. So every time you purchase a product and add to the cart, Amazon will tell you that it will list down certain other products and it will tell customers who bought this product also bought these products, right? So there Amazon uses AI for predictive analysis. Basically, Amazon knows what you need better than you. Next is fraud detection. So I read in the newspaper that ICICI Lombard Insurance uses AI to detect frauds while processing motor and health insurance claims. And finally, smart chatbots. I think this is an easy one. Any guesses where of any examples that you can think of for a smart chatbot? I see ChatGPT is coming a lot. Okay. Okay. Classic example of chatbot is your Swiggy Genie, right? So you no longer, if you have any concerns with your order, you no longer have to wait for a human being to get back to you. You can find out where your order is, if you want to modify your order, or you want to know how long it will take. All your concerns are immediately responded by Swiggy Genie, which is a smart chatbot. Divya says my voice is not audible. I hope I'm audible for all.
Yes, you are audible.
Okay. Now let's understand some buzzwords in AI. Okay. Machine learning. So what is machine learning? Machine learning is a category of AI which uses algorithms to learn from data. Now, what is an algorithm? It is a step-by-step instruction to perform a task or solve a problem. An example of where machine learning is used is in Gmail. If you see, Gmail is able to automatically classify certain emails as spam, right? That is because Gmail uses machine learning technology to classify these mails as spam. Next is deep learning. Now, deep learning is a subset of machine learning, which uses neural networks to process data. Now, what are neural networks? Neural networks are multiple layers of artificial neurons that mimic a human intelligence to process large unstructured data like an image file or a video file. An example of where deep learning technology is used is the facial recognition feature, which is available in iPhone, right? That uses deep learning technology. Moving on, generative AI. So as the name suggests, generative artificial intelligence, this tool will generate or create new content like an image or an audio or a video with the help of natural language processors, which will process user queries. Now is when you have to type ChatGPT. So some popular generative AI tools that you know other than ChatGPT, can you guys post in the chat box other than ChatGPT? DeepSeek, yes. Anything else? Midjourney, okay. Claude, Gemini, very good. Yes. So these are all some popular generative AI tools. Now, the first category of generative AI tools are the famous or the more popular LLMs. Now, LLM stands for large language models. And the reason it is called an LLM is because they use large parameters to, and generate human-like responses. They use large parameters to process the large unstructured data, and they generate human-like responses. Therefore, they are called large language models. And some popular generative AI tools under the LLMs are ChatGPT by OpenAI, Claude by Anthropic, Gemini by Google, Llama by Meta, Microsoft Copilot, Grok by the very famous X, and the viral DeepSeek. We will be seeing a live demonstration of practical use cases of a few of these tools in a while. Next is one of my most favorite AI tool, which is the Notebook LM. It is an AI-powered document assistant. I will be showing a live demo of how to use this tool as well. And finally, Gamma, which is an AI presentation tool. So we will see in a while how to use all of these tools. But before that, this is the most important aspect of using a generative AI tool, which is called prompt engineering. So what are prompts? Prompts are basically inputs that you provide in the generative AI tool to get a response, right? Now, to understand the significance of prompt engineering, let us do a simple exercise. So I will give you a sentence and you should help me fill up the blank, okay? So the sentence is, I am going to dash. So can you just fill up the blank for me? You can provide your responses in chat box. Let your imagination run wild. Home, office, class, sleep. I hope not during the session, but yeah. Hospital, movie, office, good. Okay, very nice. Eat. Okay. Now I'm giving you a second sentence. I am a spiritual person. I am visiting Ayodhya. I am going to dash. Okay, temple, Ram Mandir. Yes. Temple. So if you see, most of the answers are temples and Ram Mandirs. And this is exactly how an LLM model works. It uses the context and probability approach. So the more clear the input is, the better the response. Therefore, there are certain key elements that have to be available in a prompt to get the best response. And that is called prompt engineering. Now, let us see what are all the key elements. First and foremost, you should provide a persona. That is, you should ask the tool to take a role. For example, your prompt can start as act as a CA. Therefore, you're giving the tool a role. Next is objective. What do you want the tool to do? For example, summarize the document in 10 sentences. That is the objective. that needs to be part of the prompt. Next, audience. You have to mention for whom that output will be used. For example, if you say explain this to a 10-year-old, the output will be such that it is in a very simple language that even a 10-year-old can understand. Next is context. What is the fact that the tool needs to know? For example, create a marketing plan for a restaurant. So those are some facts that you need to provide in the prompt. And finally, boundary. You can even set a direction and limitation in the prompt. For example, you can end the prompt with the words, provide it in a professional tone and only refer to Indian laws. So these are some key elements that have to be there in a prompt for you to get the best response. Now let us see some live demo of practical use cases. So is my Word document visible now, Ankita?
No.
No? Okay. Just give me a moment.
Yeah, now it is visible.
I'll just share the entire screen. That's better. Okay. So these are some prompts that I have already, engineered. So for each task, I've engineered a prompt, and let us try these out in the LLMs and see how the output comes. The first task on hand is to draft a professional email. Okay. So let us try Claude for this. Before that, let me explain the prompt. So act as an experienced chartered accountant in India. So I'm giving the tool a persona. Draft a professional email. So this is the objective. About the amnesty scheme under section 128A. So this is the context. To all GST registered assessees who have GST notice. So they are the audience. In a professional and clear tone. So this is the boundary. So I have ensured that all key elements are included in this prompt. Let us see how this works in Claude first. I hope you're able to see my Claude screen now. Okay. So Claude is a free version. I have not subscribed to this. So let's see how the output is generated. So there is a subject. Okay. So within a matter of few seconds, it has generated a very professional email. So there is a subject. It starts with dear valued client, and it says it is for GST amnesty scheme under section 128A. It has given a brief about the scheme. What are the key benefits? Who all are eligible? What is the timeline? What are the next steps to be taken? And what is a conclusion? And it has also included sincerely regards and all of that. So I would say that the format in which this mail is drafted is good. But let us see if the content is accurate. So I'm sure, so to give a brief about the amnesty scheme under section 128A was introduced to provide 100% waiver of interest and penalty for the first 3 years, 17-18, 18-19, 19-20, for assessees who have received show cause notice under section 73, that is non-fraud cases. And the due date for payment was 31st March 2025, and you can apply for this scheme up to 30th June 2025. So this is just a brief background about the amnesty scheme. Now, key benefits about the scheme. It says waiver of penalty and interest. Okay, that part is good. Complete closure of pending litigation without admission of tax liability. So here it says you don't have to admit and the proceedings will be closed. Significant financial result. Okay. Eligibility, pending show cause notices, adjudication proceedings, appeals ongoing. Okay. So it is a good email, but it doesn't give too many particulars about the scheme, right? It is a very broad email. Now let us try the same prompt in CA-GPT by ICAA and see the quality of the mail, okay? So this is CA-GPT. You have to enter the login ID, receive an OTP. Here there are different modules, right? So you can go to the indirect taxes committee module. For want of time, I have already generated the output of this particular prompt. It is the same prompt. Act as an experienced CA. Draft a professional email about the amnesty scheme to all registered SSCs who have GST notice in a professional and clear tone. So I have copy-pasted this prompt in CA-GPT, and this was the output. So if you see this output, it starts with the subject, dear taxpayer. It says it has referred to section 128A, and it has also told that this scheme is applicable to demands issued under section 73 for tax periods spanning from July 2017 to March 31st, 2020. And the scope of waiver, again, it says that it is scheme provides for a waiver of interest, penalty, or both for tax demands issued under section 73. Who all are eligible. The payment deadline it has specified as 31st March 2025. Although Claude was very vague, here it has brought the payment deadline as 31st March 2025. And so on, right? So it has brought in some important aspects of the amnesty scheme. So when compared to Claude, CA-GPT is more specific and more reliable. However, this definitely requires a professional knowledge to vet. So we shouldn't just copy paste this content and send. We have to go through and ensure it is error-free. Because as it is provided in every LLM, ChatGPT can make mistakes. We have to keep that in mind, right? Now let's move on to the next task. Now, just like how ICAI has customized a GPT, let me show you how you can create your own customized GPT. For this, you need a subscription. As mentioned earlier, the subscription is around 2,000 per month for the basic ChatGPT Plus. So I have subscribed to the ChatGPT Plus version. Here you have to go to My GPT, create a GPT, and so I plan to create a certificate generator using the ICAI guidance note. Okay. So I will call this GPT as ICAI compliant certificate generator. Okay. And what we have to do is we have to upload the source file. So I've already downloaded the guidance note issued by ICAI for certificates. So while that is getting downloaded, you may move on to the next. Oh, sorry, I'm sorry. Yeah. So you have to go to create tab and then upload the file over here. So once you upload the file over here, the next tab gets auto populated with information. Just give me a minute. So sorry about the confusion. You need to add the file and give the prompt in the create tab, right? So once you have uploaded the file along with the prompt, the configure tab gets auto-populated with all the information. You don't have to do much over here except giving the name. You have to give the name for your GPT. And once you have done that, you can create. So once you click on create, you have three options wherein the wherein only you are allowed to use the GPT, or you can also click on anybody with the link. So you may share the link of this GPT to your office and ask them to use this GPT every time they prepare a certificate, or you can even host your GPT in the store. So I am going to select only me for the time being. And I'm going to save. And then you just have to go to view GPT, and this is your custom GPT. So you can now let us try generating a certificate using this custom GPT. I have to prepare a net worth certificate. So I have already engineered the prompt as a CA. So there's a persona, create an ICAI compliant net worth certificate. So that is what the tool has to do for a MSME based on the financial results for 23-24. So I've also mentioned the context and the audience as per ICAI guidelines, right? So that's the boundary. So once I give this, it will ensure that it is almost in line with the guidance note that we have just uploaded and created this certificate generator. So this is a format net worth certificate with details such as details of net worth, what is the basis of certification, and the responsibility paragraph is also there. It has also brought in details of the firm that needs to be mentioned, details of the partner who will be signing off along with his UDIN details. So this will be mostly in compliant with the guidance note that we have uploaded. So this is the another task. Next, let us now generate peer review documents using ChatGPT. Okay, so the prompt that I've engineered is, as a CA, I have to prepare engagement letter, MRL, appointment letter, and acceptance letter for a hospital in compliance with ICAI guidelines. Please generate in Word document. So this time I just don't want it to come on the screen. I want it to be generated as a Word file. So let's see how that works. And every time you are giving a new task, you have to start a new chat. Do not continue with the existing chat. Okay. So let me just copy paste this over here. Let's see if it is able to generate it in Word. So it has analyzed and generated all the formats in Word document, which you can just download. Let me just open this file for you. So in a few minutes, ChatGPT has given us formats of all the peer review documents that are required. There is engagement letter, there is MRL, there is appointment letter, and acceptance letter, right? But as professionals, we have to go through the document, ensure the accuracy, and only thereafter use these documents. You cannot just 100% rely on this, but it is definitely time saving, I would say. Let's move on to the next task. Financial forecast template. So I want to create a financial forecast template for a MSME to avail the benefits of the PLI scheme for auto components. Again, I'll be starting a new chat for this. I'm just going to copy paste the prompt and I'm going to be uploading a financial ABC Limited. Although this is a real financial, I have removed all the sensitive information about the client name and address, and I'm only uploading a statement with numbers. Let's see if it's able to give us a 3-year financial forecast after analyzing the financials. I'll just open the financials and show it to all of you. So there are multiple sheets in this. There is the P&L, there is the balance sheet, there is details to balance sheet, details to P&L, there's the depreciation schedule, there are some closing entries. There are also hidden sheets, 3CD, travel expense. There are so many hidden sheets, okay. So now ChatGPT, we have only uploaded the financials. We have not selected any relevant information and given. We have uploaded the entire financial. It is up to ChatGPT now to figure out and filter all the relevant information that is required for the financial forecast. And let's see if it is able to give us, if it is able to forecast the information. So it says the uploaded Excel contains multiple sheets for preparing a 3-year financial forecast. The most relevant data comes from the P&L, balance sheet details, and details to the balance sheet, details to the P&L. So it is trying to break down all the information that is required for the forecast. So it is asking us, so based on the above information, it is asking us if we want it in an Excel format or table directly. We can ask for it to provide it in a table directly. In a table directly. And it has forecasted based on the financials. It has forecasted for the other 3 years. Year ended 25, year ended 26, and year ended 27. So it has basically analyzed the Excel and given us a forecast within a few minutes. Let's move on to the next task. Now let's try this in Gemini. I want to generate a LOA, letter of authority, to represent a client before the GST appellate authority. So let's try this out in Gemini and see how the output is. Now, of all the LLMs that I have used, ChatGPT is no doubt the best of all. However, I understand that Gemini, the language that is used is far better than than the output that is provided in ChatGPT. And as far as Claude is concerned, I understand that the information that you provide in Claude is maintained more ethically. So these are some feedback that I thought I should provide. Now let's see how it comes in Gemini. And only ChatGPT has the feature to download to provide the output in various formats like Word, PDF, Excel. And it can also read even a scanned document, not only Excel, but even scanned documents ChatGPT is capable of reading. So here we have a format letter of authority, which is prepared in Gemini. So it says to the registrar or authorized officer, and there is the subject, authority letter for representation, appeal against order number, date of order pertaining to wrong ITC classification. Serves as a formal authorization for partner of so-and-so firm chartered accountants having its office in the above mentioned address. The aforementioned order pertains to a dispute regarding the alleged wrong classification. And what all the representative is authorized to do, filing necessary documents, attending hearings, etc. We confirm that we possess the necessary knowledge. So it's a very well-drafted letter of authority. Now, I'm sure most of us have these formats, but what I'm saying is you may still try these LLMs and improve the format that you already have. In case you don't have a format, make use of these formats and refine them. Now let's move on to the next task. Yeah. The next task is, to generate a statutory compliance checklist. So I'm sure most of in case of a newly incorporated company or in most MNCs, the CFO will want a compliance checklist to be prepared at the beginning of every financial year. So they may use ChatGPT to do that, and let us read the prompt once. As the CFO of a newly registered company, develop a checklist covering GST annual return, income tax audit, GST and TDS monthly returns, directors KYC, MSME returns, PF ESI, factory license renewals. Include the due dates, forms that are required to be filed, and also the penal provisions in a columnar format. Add specific requirements for MSME Udayam registration. So this is the prompt with all the key elements as discussed for prompt engineering. Now I'm going to paste this prompt in ChatGPT. Okay, and let's see how the output comes. So it is providing the information as required in a columnar format. So this is the area of compliance. What is the due date? What is the form that is required to be filed? What are the consequences in case the form is not filed within the due date? And it has also provided other notes. Ensure monthly payment of tax liability, late filing, restricts e-way generation. So those kind of notes are also included as part of this columnar checklist, right? So I think within a few seconds, it has managed to give us such a exhaustive checklist. So these are some tasks that I thought I will share by using the LLMs. Next, let us move to my favorite tool, the Notebook LM. Let's close all the other tabs. Yeah. So as I mentioned, a Notebook LM is a AI-powered document assistant. So if you are somebody who uses Control F a lot to read large documents, then this particular tool will really be very useful to you. Let me show you how to use this tool. So this is the home page of Notebook LM. All that you have to do is click on create new and upload the document that you wish to understand or read. Okay. So you may upload the document from various sources. You may upload it from your computer, Google Drive, or you can even just paste a link from any website or YouTube. So I'm going to upload a file from my laptop. Yeah. So I am uploading the circular that was issued for the amnesty scheme under section 128A of the GST. So once the document is uploaded, it provides a brief summary about the document. So it says this circular is from Central Board of Indirect Taxes and Customs regarding section 128A, which introduces waiver of interest penalty for the years 17, 18, 18, 19, 19, 20. It outlines the procedures for taxpayers to apply, what forms have to be used, payment of tax, method of payment, deadline. It has also briefly mentioned the forms and the deadlines. So this is a brief summary about the document that you have uploaded. Now you may start asking whatever questions you have about this document. Okay. So I want to understand when is the last date to pay the tax to apply for the amnesty scheme. So once I paste that question, let's see the response. Unlike the LLMs, this Notebook LM's source is only the document that you have uploaded. Okay. So it is very, very reliable and it provides the contents in a very concise manner. It doesn't just reproduce what is there in the document. So it has provided the relevant information here. For notices, statements or orders issued under section 73, the tax must be paid on or before 31st March 2025. For cases initially under section 74, but later has been converted under section 73, then the timeline is within 6 months from the date of communication of the order. So it has brought in just the relevant information in a very concise manner. And not only that, it also provides where exactly this information is available in the document for you. So you can just click on these links here. And it will highlight in the document where that particular information is provided in case you wish to reconfirm, right? So this is one feature and the main feature of this document. The other features are available here. That is, you may make notes from this document. In case the tool is also can also provide the information in all of these formats in a study guide format. So in case you are preparing for a certification and you wish that the book to be in a study guide format, then you may just make use of this feature. And once you click on this, it is the same circular, the information of which is provided in a study guide format. That is, it has framed short questions along with answers. And it has also given essay-like questions for us to revise. So it has provided the same information in a study guide format. Next is, it can also provide it in a briefing document format. That is, it will provide a, just give me a minute. So it will provide, basically it will provide the information in a summary. So instead of that particular document may run to many pages, but it has basically summarized and given appropriate headings for ease of reference. So that is the briefing document feature. FAQ, as the name suggests, it will present the same information in an FAQ format by analyzing what questions readers may have when they read that particular document. So this is the FAQ format. What is section 128A? Which type of cases are covered under 128A? What is the deadline of making the payment? So it has just given that same information in a different format. And the timeline, it will basically identify dates, events, and the sequence of events and arrange it in a timeline. So in case you have an agreement with many dates and they're not in a chronological order, you may just upload that document in Notebook LM, use the timeline feature, and that will present the information in a chronological order. That is, these are the years which is covered, and prior to October 2024, during the GST Council meeting, it was recommended that 128A will be notified. On October, this particular section and rules were notified. So it has provided the same information in a chronological order, highlighting the dates when this has happened. And this is my most interesting and mind-blowing feature available in this Notebook LM. This may take a few minutes to generate. So while this gets generated, let me quickly show you Gamma. Okay. And then we will come back. Yeah, so my entire presentation was basically prepared using Gamma, and it took me 10 minutes in total because I edited a few contents. Otherwise, Gamma basically generated the entire presentation in a few seconds, and I'm going to show you a live demonstration of how Gamma is capable of doing this. So I'm just going to open Gamma now. So as I mentioned, Gamma is an AI presentation tool. So once you log in, you can click on create. And there are various ways you can create a presentation here. You can paste the entire contents in a in this particular tab, and it will generate a presentation. Or you can just give a single line prompt and it will, develop slides based on that prompt. But what I usually do is I import. So I basically type out the contents of my presentation in a Word document like this. And once I type out the contents of my presentation, I will upload it. Here again, you may upload different formats, PowerPoint, Word document, PDF, and you can also upload it from various sources. So I'm just going to upload the Word document. So it has uploaded the entire Word document, and I can create not only presentation, but also web page, any document or social media content as well. So I want to show you how I went about preparing my presentation. So once I click on create presentation, this is the screen that will appear. It has basically brought the contents of that Word document inside this. And here I can click whatever format I prefer. That is, if I want the contents of the slide to be condensed, or whether it has to be brief, medium, or detailed, and what kind of images I want the PPT Gamma to use. The default will be AI images. So none of these images will be available on the web. Based on the content, the Gamma app will generate AI generated images. Okay. And here I can see the number of slides. So for a free version, you can generate up to 10 slides. Thereafter, I think there is the plus version where you can generate up to 20 slides. And for the pro version, you can generate up to 50 slides. So let's just go with the default slide list. So once I click next, this is the screen that will appear. So here I will have to click on the theme. So I will select professional, and now this is the fun part. You can actually see the tool preparing the slides for you live in a few seconds. And this is exactly how I prepared my presentation. So in a few seconds, it has generated a very aesthetic looking presentation, and it has not just copy pasted the entire contents. It has used relevant words to condense the information that was provided in the Word. And it has also used some images that match the content of the file that is available in the slide. And it has used bullet points wherever possible. So this is how you can use Gamma to save a lot of your time, preparing presentations. And this is only the draft, right? The final output is very much under your control. Let me just quickly show you some prominent features that are available. So this is the opening slide. I can basically change the way the slide looks. I can click on top layout where the image goes to the top. I can, pick other images by providing prompts, or I can even select images from my own laptop or from the web. Then since this is the first slide, I would say let's pick a darker color, and I would like to go for a full bleed card. And then how do you want the content to be aligned? So there are a lot of editing options available, not only in terms of how the slide looks, but you can also edit the content. Either you can directly go here and type, right? So work smarter, and I can say full stop, or I can type here as not harder. Or I can also make use of these options that are available. Suppose I feel the content is too much, I can just click on make shorter, and the tool will directly replace. Just give me a minute. It will directly replace the contents. Since the content was already small, I think you're not able to see the difference. I've clicked on make it longer. So let's see how it works. So it has elaborated here. Once I selected make longer, it has elaborated. Once I click on make shorter, it will go back to those 2 lines. So you can also edit the content, and in case you're not happy, you can go back to the original one or the condensed version here. And in case you wish to add more bullet points, right, you just have to click on add column, and in the same format, you will be able to type out the information. So you can edit this slide however way you want. And there are other features also available to the right, wherein you can add more slides from here also. You can, edit the layout. You can edit the way it is presented. You can edit images here also. So there are various other options over here. And to the left, you will be able to see an overview of all the slides. So in case you wish to go to slide 7, you just have to click here. Or let me go to slide 3. And it will directly take you to slide 3. You can move the slides over here. So those options are also available. So once you're happy with the presentation, you have an option to even collaborate. You have to click on share, and you can collaborate. That is, you can share this presentation with your colleague and ask him or her to edit. Give them the option to edit this presentation, or you can just share. You can export it into PDF, or you can even embed this particular presentation in your website, and you can also see how many of them have seen your slide. So those analytics are also available. And now, then you can also go about presenting. So let me go back to my original presentation. I just have to click on present over here. So once I click present, I can, sorry. I have to click on spotlight, which will only spotlight the content that I am presenting, and it will blur out all the other contents of the slide. So these are some features of the Gamma tool. Now let's get back to Notebook LM and let's see if, yes, so it is available here. So this is one feature that really blew my mind. So this is the Notebook LM tool, and here I showed you how you can, how the tool presents the information in various formats like study guide, briefing doc, FAQ, timeline, right? And it is also able to present this information in the form of a live podcast, and let's listen how.
Welcome to the deep dive, where we try to cut through the noise and get you the information that really counts.
Glad to be here.
Today, we're digging into something pretty significant, a recent government circular. It's about the goods and services tax, GST, and it might mean, well, some relief for folks dealing with older demands.
That's right. We're talking circular now.
So it is basically presenting the entire information that is available in the document in the form of a live podcast where two individuals are discussing that particular document. So in case you don't have the patience to read the document, you may also make use of this feature wherein you can just listen to the people who are discussing this document. And not just that, you can actually be part of the podcast as well. For that, you just have to click on interactive mode, and you can actually ask questions to the host. So I'm going to play the audio.
Welcome to the deep dive, where we try to cut through the noise and get you the information that really counts.
Glad to be here.
Today, we're digging into...
Whoa, did someone just break the fourth wall? Let's hear it.
Does this waiver apply only to show cause notices issued under Section 73, or does it apply to show cause notices issued under Section 74 as well?
That's a really important question. Thanks for chiming in.
Absolutely. It's a crucial point to clarify right off the bat.
Okay, let's unpack this. So you're asking if this waiver only helps with notices under section 73, right?
Yes, and the short answer, based on this circular, is that it primarily focuses on section 73 demands.
Section 73 being, as we were about to say, generally about honest mistakes.
Exactly. Cases where there wasn't necessarily any intention to evade tax.
Here's where it gets really interesting, though. You mentioned section 74 as well.
Right, section 74 deals with situations where there is alleged fraud or willful misstatement.
Now, while this waiver is specifically for section 73 demands,
The circular actually has a really important carve out for cases that started under section 74.
oh, tell us more.
So if a notice was initially issued under section 74 for those early GFT years,
But then maybe after going through appeals or court rulings.
it's eventually determined that the case really falls under section 73.
Uh-huh.
In those specific scenarios, the waiver can still apply.
So it's not just about the section number on the initial notice?
Precisely. It's about the final determination of whether the case falls under section 73.
That's a really key
So that's Notebook LM for you. It has answered my question, and it, the right point is, although initially it applies only to show cause notices issued under section 73, in case a show cause notice was initially issued under 74, but thereafter the appellate authority or the tribunal has held that it is a case of 73, then still those SSEs are eligible to go under this waiver. So that's the clarification that was provided by the host of the show. So those were some live demo practical use cases that I thought I will share. Now coming to the question that most of them may have in mind, what about the data security and the privacy concerns? So as most of you know that AI is still evolving and there is no regulatory framework yet. A cautious approach is something that I would personally recommend. When I say cautious approach, we should definitely leverage AI, use AI in our day-to-day practice. However, you have to ensure that the information that you upload is anonymous or all the sensitive information is removed before sharing them with AI platforms. And I would also suggest, please monitor the evolving AI regulations and adopt accordingly. In case, AI gets regulated, then we may also consider mentioning the fact that these tools will be used in our engagement letter. We may mention that AI tools will be used. So therefore, we are ensuring that the client is aware and we are also safeguarding our interest. And as concluding remarks, I would like to say that AI adoption is ongoing. So please, embrace continuous learning. I would encourage all of you to experiment and explore the AI tools that are available. If not all, at least the three or four tools that I just demonstrated: ChatGPT, Notebook LM, Gamma. So those are some tools that you can explore. There are multiple features, and I have shown only some very few prominent features. And after you experiment, please share your experience with with us. And finally, I would like to conclude by sharing a very interesting anecdote that Jack Ma, the founder of Alibaba, shared when he was asked the question if AI is a threat and if people will lose jobs to AI. So he shared how he happened to visit, the basketball museum. And in the early days, basketball was actually played using a soccer ball and a peach basket that was hung to a pole. So the player will have to aim and shoot the soccer ball into the basket. And every time the ball fell into the basket, the team would get a point. And there was one attendant who was exclusively, he would take the ladder to the pole, remove the ball from the basket and give it back to the team so that they can resume the game. Basketball was played this way for almost 18 years until one fine day, one smart player suggested, why don't we remove the base of the basket? That way the ball will fall through the basket and we can just continue playing the game without any interruption. All of them thought it was a brilliant idea, except one person. the attendant whose only job was to take the ladder to the pole and remove the ball from the basket because he thought he was going to lose his job. So I would like to conclude by saying that AI will not replace chartered accountants, but chartered accountants who use AI will definitely replace those who don't, because the future of CA practice will be powered by AI. Thank you. Thank you so much for the patient listening, and thank you for the opportunity.
Thank you, Malvika. It was a super energetic, super informative session. So, shall we have one or two questions from the audience?
Yes, sure. You may ask me or ChatGPT. Either ways, it is okay.
So, few questions which I have already seen is they want to know the cost of the different tools you have mentioned.
Okay.
So,
So it
yeah.
ranges from 500 to 2000. So per month, right? So the Gamma app, the Gamma tool costs around 500. ChatGPT costs around 2000. CAGPT is absolutely free. So if you have a user ID and password, that is all that we need to use CAGPT. Even a student can in fact use CAGPT.
How about Notebook LM?
Notebook LM, I'm not able to recollect, but the highest was ChatGPT, which was 2000. So it is within the range of 500 to 2000.
Okay, okay, fine. Anyone else from the audience? You want to ask some specific question?
Thank you. Thank you so much for the feedback. Really means a lot. Thank you all for taking time off on a working day and attending the session as well. Thank you.
One request to audience, please always keep your video on whenever you attend the session. So
Yeah, so
that
we
it
know
will
if it is an AI or a human who's attending.
Yes. So it will be very encouraging for a speaker because when you are interacting, when you are just nodding your head, or they will understand that you are attentive and the effort they are putting for all of us is not, it is actually reaching to us. So that is my request to all of you. Whenever you attend any session on Zoom or any platform, please turn on your video. And one more important point for that is. See, you have already decided they want to give 1 hour time to this session. Then by turning on your video, you are committing. You are dedicated. So you are focused. So actually, you get 100% of whatever the speaker is saying. If you turn off your video, means you are giving yourself a chance to, you know, okay, I can do this, I can do that as well. So multitasking will not help uh, whenever we want to learn something. Yeah, Jay Kumar, just a minute.
Yes, ma'am. So from my point of view, the really the session last 1 hour session is very, very, very useful for us as a chartered accountants practicing people. So she has been given from the base. So how the AI, what are the AI tools are available, how to use each and every tools in particular in the GST aspect, because today environment after the introduction of GST, so everybody from the pillar to post the GST notices have been getting. Every chartered accountants, every small company to big company are getting notices, which we respond very quickly also. So in such a scenario, so instead of referring to the books and compiling so many data, if we put any commands in the AI chat box, we can get a good judgments also, Supreme Court judgments, High Court judgments, within a short span of time, we can get the judgments, and we can, wherever it's required, wherever it's very useful, we can incorporate in a reply to submit to the department to get a relief to the assessees. So such a way, I'm feeling that this session is very, very useful. So we have to keep learning on this AI. Without that, we cannot survive. It's very sure on that next coming years. So definitely it's a useful one. So thanks a lot, madam. Thank you very much.
Very well said, sir. Thank you. Thank you so much for your feedback. Yes, as you rightly mentioned, it will save a lot of our time. However, as I mentioned during the presentation, all these LLMs are not error-free. They may not be accurate and 100% reliable. It requires a chartered accountant to vet the information before submitting. So it will only give you a broad framework within which you have to use your professional judgment and, finalize it.
Yeah,
Madam, absolutely.
Yeah. Please introduce yourself, somebody who has raised the hand.
Hello, ma'am. Thank you for the very nice session you have taken. My uh, my neck is not well, and can we get the recording of the session?
Yeah, we will be uploading it on our YouTube channel,
Okay.
AIWCAA. That is our YouTube channel. I'll just
Okay,
try
okay.
to share the link. Just a minute.
Very nice information you have said. I just wanted to give that feedback.
Thank you. Thank you so much, ma'am. Really means a lot that you've taken time off to attend. Thank you.
Yeah, I have shared the link of our YouTube channel. You can please subscribe to it so that all our recordings, whenever we upload, you will get the notification of the same. So I think we can conclude, Malvika.
Yes, thank you. Thank you so much, Ankita, for the opportunity. And I'm glad that the session was useful and I was able to share what little I know. Thank you.
We would like to thank you from our association, all our core team members, as well as all our annual and lifetime members. We kept it open for all so that, everybody will get benefited by your contribution to our fraternity. Thank you so much. And thank you everyone who has joined from different parts of the country. We are really grateful to you for your trust in us, and we will definitely come up with very useful, informative sessions for our fraternity. Once again, because when I earlier gave information about our association, maybe all people were not there. Our association is All Indigenous Women Chartered Accountant Association, where women chartered accountant who are members of ICI, and wherever they are across the globe, they can become a member of our association. We have two types of membership: annual membership and lifetime membership. And our website, I'm once again sharing in the chat box. So you can register on our website, and then you can post a screenshot on our contact number, that is 905-905-1949. So we will conclude here. Thank you, everyone. Thank you so much. Thank you, Malvika. It was a wonderful session. We learned a lot.
Thank you. Thank you.
Thank you.